This is the lining for the jacket I made using the hoodie pattern, and I'm going to show you how I made the pockets. These are inside pockets. This is the front, and the pocket is going to be somewhere here. I have drawn this pattern myself because the original pattern didn't have any pockets. And as this is a waist-length coat, jacket, there's no room for really big pockets. So these are fairly small, just sort of you can put credit cards, tissues, keys, small items. And here you can see this is where the zipper is going to go, and this one will have the simplest design for adding a zipper, so it's going to be the easiest zipper pocket you can make. First I was thinking of making 2 pockets for this jacket, but I decided that one will be enough, so I'm placing it on the left side. Because I'm right-handed, it's easier to use a pocket that's on the left side. And here are the fabrics for the pocket. These are pieces of lining fabric left over from another project. And here I have drawn the zipper placement, and this is the wrong side of the fabric, so the right side against the right side of the lining. You place it where you want to go, and then you sew along these lines to make the hole for the zipper. After sewing, it's time to cut this open, and you need scissors with sharp tips so you can get accurate. Are we in the picture? Yes. So here, first just cut through so you can get the scissors there, and then cut this open near the end. This is about, let's say, 1 centimeter, and then you need to cut towards the corners and very close to the corners. Sort of be careful not to cut the stitches, but as close as you can get. And let's see if I can get this camera as close as I can get. So zooming in a bit. See here, so you can see what I'm doing here. So cutting towards the corner and really close. Where does it go? It's there. And then the other end. Here, and then towards the corner, like this. And let's just zoom out a bit so you can see what happens next. So now this piece goes through that hole to the wrong side, and the reason you need to go so close to the corners is that you get this neat, when you pull it to the wrong side, the corners, they go there neatly. If you cut don't cut close enough, the fabric won't stay flat. There'll be crumbles here in these corners. So cutting really close to the corner, the result is really neat. And now, as you can see, this is really hard to keep it on the other side. So the next thing I'm going to do is press these seams, and then it's easier to explain the next step. Now you can see this better. So this is how it looks like after pressing. All this should be nice and flat, and it looks like this from the other side. The idea is that this fabric shouldn't show to the outside, and this is maybe a bit too much. It should be a bit closer to the edge, but I think that's okay. And the next step is zipper. And if you have a fixed length zipper, you need to design the pocket according to the length of the zipper. But as I'm using this, I can have any length I want. And now I need to measure. Where's my pen? Oh, there. Measure this zipper. Here it should be a bit longer than this opening, and I could also mark the stopper placements. Need to sew stoppers here on both ends. But the first thing is putting this in place, and let's see if I can zoom in a bit, and then we'll see. I'll just try to keep my hands in the picture. Let's see, you need to first make sure you have everything in the right direction. So this is up, and this is the upside of the zipper. Then just open it a bit here and put this side in there and this side in there, and then just try to get them. This is really a bit hard when you need to hold all three parts with just two hands. Let's see. Yeah. I have done this before, so it should just go in there. Okay, it went there, but as you can see, there's a problem. These aren't even, and well, the only issue with this is that you need to cut the zipper longer than you need, because you need to get the length of both sides correct. So let's see if we can get it more even. I don't want to waste any of this zipper if I can avoid it. This would be easier if I had some sort of something to keep this lock part. Okay, we'll just leave it like that and cut it a bit longer. Like this. So when I pull it here and I'll open this, and now I can even it, and as you can see it's the same thing in this end, but it doesn't matter, because once I sew the stoppers here, then I can cut these ends even. To sew the stoppers, you just go back and forth a few times in the places you marked with the zipper. Just here. At this end it's really easy because the halves are together, but the other end is a bit trickier because they are apart, and you need to try to keep them together. And as you can see here, it isn't necessarily that easy, so just try to keep them together, and once you've gone over one time they'll stay together, and then just go back and forth a few times to make sure those halves stay together. I have now sewn the stoppers here and here, and the next step is to sew one edge of this zipper in place. So you put it under here and make sure the stoppers are under here so they don't show, and then you sew this edge and keep the zipper straight, so it should be right in the middle of this opening. Once you have sewn the lower edge, this here, this is seen from the wrong side, then you place the other pocket piece right side down here, because this is the right side of this piece, so they are right sides together. And I have pinned it in place so it'll stay there, and then turn around, and then you place this edge so that it's nice and straight, and then you sew these ends and this edge so that this will sew together this lining, zipper and both pocket pieces. They will all be together, so then the last step then is to sew these edges to form the actual pocket. Here is the finished pocket. You can see here this is the stitching that goes on the upper edge of the zipper and the ends, and then I just sew these edges to form the pocket, and this is the part that will remain visible, and it's a small pocket, but it's really all that fits into the space available. So if this jacket was longer, I could have made a bigger pocket, but this is, well, it's good enough for this purpose. And of course I could have made two of these, but I don't really need 2 pockets in this jacket. I'm going to be using this mostly at home anyway, so probably won't be needing the pockets much, but I still prefer at least 1 pocket in each jacket or shirt or whatever. But that's finished now.